Good morning, traders. This is May 2nd, 2016. It is 5:58 a.m. It's time for the Trade Kraken pre-market prep. So looking at SPY here. Actually, let's start with gold. GLD. So gold, pretty exciting for whether you're short or long. I guess it'll get your blood up, but broke out of this descending wedge, this kind of consolidation period on Thursday, broke over the high on Friday, so and it looks like it's going to go higher here pre-market 6 a.m. but still gold looking like it's going to go higher, which I expect. I didn't really expect a pullback yet, similar to this kind of period here where it just broke out and just continued to skyrocket for a few months. I expect that to be the case in gold. So if you want to be conservative, I would say selling a put spread here, a vertical put spread somewhere at 123 or something like that, which would be the high, or 122.50 or something, somewhere near the high here would be good. It might run away from you this morning, so I don't know if you'll be able to get that. You'd have to adjust, but I like gold over the next several months. Obviously, it's really beaten up over the weekly and monthly time frames. Got a lot of ground to make up, so I think it can. We'll see. Obviously, if you're a gold bug or whatever, there's tons of articles about everything going on, and whether how the U.S. dollar, whether it'll be devalued or not, whether they'll go back to QE. I don't really know. That's certainly not what they're saying right now, but we'll see, especially with what's coming ahead. Who knows? So if we look at the SPY, there we go. So the SPY, in conjunction with gold breaking out, SPY kind of started to pull back from its uptrend, had this long uptrend period down from these lows to get all the way back up to this previous high zone. No, that's not what we want. This zone here. So as you can see, kind of got up in there, and really not the way up was marked with very little volume, and then started to pull back, and now we're starting to see volume come in, which isn't surprising. Generally, volume comes in to the downside, but you would expect to see some volume up in this range. If we were going to break out, you would see some sellers up here trying to get even, and then there would be a fight in this area, and then it would go higher, which we didn't see a fight at all. We just saw it roll over. So I expect it to continue to roll over. I don't put much stock in these golden crosses, especially when you come up into this high area. So I think we're pulling back. Not to say that we couldn't get a jump here Monday or whatever, but I would say we go back to the 200-day moving average at least, and then we'll see where things take us. Qs, similar. Actually looks a lot worse. Flat 200-day moving average, no golden cross. Not sure what's going on with this candle here, but and it's pulled back into almost actually into this little support area. Let's see. Yep, right on it. So we could pull. I would actually expect this one to kind of rally at least a little bit, more so than the SPY. So Google and Apple obviously weighing down on this guy. So I would expect some buying to come in on Apple and Google and kind of bounce this a little bit. I think it's short-lived. I still think we go down from here, but at the very least, I think we chop. This is sell in May and go away. So whether you think that works or not, it is generally, the summer months are generally a time of higher volatility. So, and I think when we were at these highs, I think it makes sense for a pullback. So I see at least some chop ahead. I'm bearish over the next few months, though. I think we pull back into the trading range, the trading channel down at these bottom numbers. Looking at the Russell 2000, the small caps, obviously it's a bearish or more bearish view in general. The trend is down. 200-day moving average is sloping down. It broke on through that, pulling back. I actually am the least bearish on this one. I think a good pairs trade that you could have set up for a while was shorting the NASDAQ and going long the Russell, because it lagged. The Russell's been lagging the NASDAQ significantly. I think it pulls back less than the NASDAQ here, and that is appearing to be the case. That being said, I'm not bullish over the next few weeks to months. Next couple months, we'll reevaluate where it goes. So let's look at a lot of earnings coming up this morning and this evening. Not a whole lot that I'm looking at, but be aware of that. There's a lot of earnings reporting. And economic numbers, we've got the ISM manufacturing at 10 a.m. Eastern. So there you go, ISM manufacturing number. They're expecting 51.4, so we'll see how that goes. Obviously, those numbers, I mean, it's all part of the Fed hovering over the market, really. So constantly pricing in Fed expectations. Let's see, anything on my trades. So I did get a trade trigger, a short trade in Goldman Sachs, which I do like the idea of shorting Goldman Sachs, the banking industry, even though they basically had very little expectations coming into earnings, and it looks like the better part of them have beaten those low expectations. We look at Goldman Sachs, it kind of, I think it beat the 19th, yes. So kind of went up into this high, and now it's pulling back into here. We'll see what kind of price I will get, but it's for a vertical put spread, selling a vertical call spread is what I would do on the May 20th options, and I would look to do that. We'll see what kind of price. It closed at 164.11. If it goes up, I would probably be willing to short it. See any kind of support, resistance levels. Yeah, so we've got, it looks like it's building kind of a resistance here in this area, which isn't surprising because it matches this area back in January, where it's like 167. So however I can get close to that, that would be nice. But usually I do spreads at the money, so always trade at the end of the day, unless they're very liquid options. You want to trade post 3 p.m. If they're anything other than really liquid options, the spreads will narrow. So I'll be stalking Goldman Sachs today. I'm not sure whether we'll get in or not. It all depends. Trade management, etc. So trade them well. Have a great day, great Monday, start of your week. God bless, good luck, good trading, and I'll see you next time.